So if you've been on social media today, you've obviously seen the meme going around that it is World Kindness Day in honor of Mr. Rogers and all the kindness that he put out in the world. And the meme ultimately encourages you to wear your favorite cardigan in honor to celebrate kindness. And I thought it was a perfect opportunity to talk about kindness in the workplace, specifically talking about kindness as a supervisor. I think there is something to be said about a manager's ability to extend kindness, empathy, and extend grace to the individuals that work for them. I want to speak specifically about a time in my student affairs experience when I made the transition from, for all intents and purposes, an entry-level position to a mid-level management position. And one of the big things that my managers really did effectively was extend grace. Ultimately, they provided the opportunity for forgiveness, empathy, and kindness as they helped me transition into a new role with new responsibilities at a university that had different expectations and boundaries than the one that I had been used to working at. And I think at the end of the day, when we're talking about being kind, extending grace, showing empathy to the people that we manage, it's a matter of allowing them the opportunity to make mistakes, whether they be big or small. And I can tell you that probably within the first year of starting as a mid-level manager in my last position, I definitely made some small mistakes that didn't even necessarily need to be addressed. But I definitely made some big errors in judgment that ultimately required my employers to show me grace. But they also needed to be direct with me and firm with me and let me know that that mistake can't happen again. And how can we learn from this experience to better help me develop as a professional? So being kind and extending grace is something that ultimately, in my role as a manager, I have tried to do. Because we need to acknowledge that the people that work for us, especially if they're new to your organization or they're new to a position, are going to make mistakes. And the majority of us aren't doing brain surgery. So a mistake is completely normal as someone begins to learn their job. And we have a responsibility as managers to show them kindness, to extend them that grace, to give them the space to make mistakes, and then help them learn from it so that ultimately they can learn and do better in the position that they're in. This lesson really hit home for me earlier this month. I had my quarterly professional development conversation performance development conversation with my manager. And one of the things that I put in my self-evaluation was the idea that the one thing getting in my way of being truly successful in my consultant role at Red Clover is my lack of confidence. Because at the end of the day, I don't want to make mistakes. Because with my most previous manager, any mistake was treated very seriously, and I wasn't given the grace or the space to remedy my behavior. And it wasn't taught as a learning experience, and kindness wasn't extended to me. So ultimately I said to my manager, as I said, I'm really scared that I'm gonna make a mistake that loses us a client, or I put a blog post that isn't in line with our culture or philosophy, that there's gonna be a mistake that ultimately impacts the business directly. And Jen turned around to me and said, Eric, at the end of the day, the only way that you learn is if you fall flat on your face. And to have a manager turn around and extend that kindness and extend that grace to me is something that I hadn't felt for a while. And I really understood the value of creating a workplace where kindness, grace, compassion, and empathy are a standard in the management relationship. And even though I don't manage anyone right now, because previous supervisors had always extended the grace to me and had provided me the opportunity to make mistakes and learn from them and extend the kindness to learn from them, that's ultimately something that I integrated into my day-to-day supervision of the teams that I did supervise in my previous student affairs career. So today, on World Kindness Day, I would love to hear how you have extended kindness to people around you, or a time when someone has extended kindness to you, a manager, a coworker, or a client. And again, if you're a manager, if you're a supervisor, and you're just not sure how to begin developing yourself as a manager who can extend kindness, but also still guide your teams without being taken advantage of, I think you and I should definitely hop on a call. Have a great day. Hopefully you're wearing your favorite cardigan, and celebrate World Kindness today by extending kindness to someone around you.